Welcome to D.I.Y. Automotive School with my friend Pete and Minnie, the body shop girl. It's everything you need to know about cars and more.
Okay, we got our dyna-glass. It's pretty much dry. It feels a little bit tacky, but that's okay because what we're going to do is we're going to get our cheese grater out. Now what a cheese grater is basically what you're looking at right here. They call them cheese graters because you can actually grate the cheese at home with it if you want to. Now our buddy John just handed us another one, and this is a one-handed cheese grater. So there's all different kinds and sizes of these things, and the way that you want these to actually be set is depending on how you are used to it. You can flip the teeth around either to the front or the back. I prefer to have them, I don't know the way that I like them because I just use the damn thing. So what we're going to do is take our cheese grater and we are going to start cheese grating the dyna-glass. And you can see as I'm doing that, I'm actually forming and what do we call this? Shaping the metal. Kind of like a planer if you were going to plane the wood. You know what I'm saying, John? Mm-hmm. And then you can see that it comes right out and it's very, very, yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Is there any advantage to grading it down while it's still
soft?
Set up?
Now, the problem you have is you got to catch this just at the right time because if you do it when it's too soft, the problem you have, and let me get this right here. I want to get this here because it's really starting to get hard on us. And I'm going to probably end up using my
Power cheese grater.
Yeah. Now, if you do it at a certain time where it's too soft, what happens is the cheese grater will just rip it off. Okay, it'll pull it off and it won't work like it's supposed to. So you got to get it right there, right when it's getting hard, where it's just a little bit tacky.
Now, if you waited till tomorrow, it would be harder to shape.
If you waited till tomorrow, you'd have to use your bondo buster or a 7-inch grinder with a 36 grit pad. Using a cheese grater would be out of the question. And then, as you can see from cheese grating it, we have eliminated a lot of our filler, and we are now ready to go to our bondo buster. So cheese grating your filler is a very good idea. Now, if we were going to do bondo, we'd want to be extra careful because this is a hard substance versus bondo. Feel how hot that is. See that? The reason that's hot like that, I'd say that, what's that, about 78 degrees, 80 degrees?
Exothermic.
Okay, the reason that's hot is because it's a fiberglass substance.
It's a chemical reaction.
If it was bondo, it wouldn't be that hard. Now, I just went ahead and put some right here, so we're going to go ahead and cheese grate that out. There's a little dent right here. There, nice, and that's what we want. See how that filled that in?
Yep.
And now it's starting to look like a car, bud. Just like that.
Like a Corvette.
Yeah, sure. A Honda Vet. Honda Vet.
Well, lots of fun.
So by looking at our filler, our dyna-glass, you can see the difference just by looking at it and doing what we've already done in the last 20 minutes. This was a 20-minute situation. Body work goes very, very quick if you have the right tools. That's the situation right there. It's having the right tools for the right job. Now, you used to know an old guy. His name was Stanley
Emery.
Emery. And he was basically hardcore, old school body man. How would he fix a dent like this, John?
Well, he had a lot of hammers and dollies.
So he was a metal man.
Right. And he would stretch it and shrink it and get it to where it was very, very smooth. And if necessary, he might put a little bit of lead in certain areas.
Right.
But,
no, Bondo was completely removed from his shop. He didn't even believe in it. Is that right?
Right. Never used it.
Never used Bondo. You know, that's the situation you have now. How old was Emery?
In his 80s.
Yeah. So he's from way back in the day before Bondo even was created.
Correct.
Yeah. So instead of having cheese graters in his toolbox, he had hammers and dollies, probably tons of different styles, kinds, and shapes.
Right.
Whereas a guy like me, and I would say that I'm almost an old school body man, I only have like 3 or 4 body hammers because that's all I need.
Yeah, he had probably 200 dollies and 100 hammers.
100 hammers, 200 dollies for getting in different places and different configurations. And that's just the situation that shows you the technology of doing body work. This right here is starting to be old school body work doing this. So restoring cars is a thing of the past almost, because nowadays when you're restoring a car, when you're doing collision repair, it's mainly on brand new cars. There's not a lot of shops that even do restorations anymore like I do. And most of the work that I get actually comes from other states around the United States due to the fact that these people try to get their cars restored and there's nobody that's doing them. They go to all these shops, no, we don't want to mess with it, no. Yeah, we'll do it for $100,000. And the reason they tell them that type of price is why?
They're not really interested in doing
They
it.
really don't want to do it, but if you want to give us $100,000, we'll do it.
Well, very few people realize the effort that has to go through to get a car straight.
Yeah.
You know.
It's a lot of work, bud. It's a lot more than just bolting a fender on there and saying, okay, give me my $3,000, I'm done. So, what we'll do here is I'm gonna go form all this just like you saw me do. I'm gonna finesse it down, I'm gonna block sand it out, I'm gonna use my Bondo Buster on it. I'm gonna come over here, you can see where I've already added my filler to the front where we did rust repair. I gotta cover this windshield back up. I wanna keep as much Bondo dust out of the car as possible. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. When we come back, we're gonna go ahead and start putting our Bondo coat on here, which is our second layer, which will lead us into our finish coat and hopefully have this roof completely done where you won't even know that there was any rust at all in it. Understand. You know, I'm trying to get shit done over here. I'm sorry, I'm not wearing a dust mask. Can you see that? Do you see what I'm fucking doing over here? Very important to wear dust masks all the time. The only reason I'm not wearing one right now is because I'm making this video and I want you to fucking understand and learn what's going on. So what we just did is we went from our cheese grater, okay, and our dyna-glass got a little bit too hard too fast, so our cheese grater became worthless. That's the problem you have. You got to catch that dyna-glass or Bondo or whatever you're using it for. I don't like to use a cheese grater on Bondo unless it's a real big area, because Bondo is a, what can I say, a lighter substance than our dyna-glass. And what I did, I went ahead and moved myself over to the 7-inch electric grinder with a 36 grit grinding pad to go ahead and mold that out. Now I could have used my Bondo Buster on that, which is this right here, called the Eliminator, and it is a 7-inch D.I.Y. sander, which is a very high torque. This is not a D.I.Y. sander. I said D.I.Y. sander, it's not a D.I.Y. sander. It's a single throw sander. It's a high torque geared type of a grinder, and I could have used this on it, but the problem we have is this dyna-glass, it gets so hard that by using this on what we're doing on this roof, it would have made my air compressor run very, very long and strong. So what I did is I went ahead and, what's up?
Going home.
Okay, we got Minnie the body shop girl over here. Maybe she can give us a little handle on working, grinding, and working dyna-glass. I don't know if she can or not, but we're gonna test her out and see what she knows about dyna-glass versus bondo. All right, let me ask you a question. Being the body shop girl that you are, can you give us an example? What's your opinion of dyna-glass? What's it used for versus bondo?
Dyna-glass is not considered a filler.
You mean a bondo?
Yeah, bondo.
A finish filler.
Bondo is a finish filler.
Okay, what's dyna-glass?
Dyna-glass is for big areas, big dents.
Or stuff like this that you want to fill in.
Where you've done metal repair, rust repair, and stuff. Where
Now, have you ever sanded
voids.
this?
It's like concrete.
Right. Very, very good, strong, durable,
it's
and
like
lasts a long
turns
time.
into metal, but won't rust.
Yeah. Now, have you seen me ever use my bondo buster?
Well, yeah, lots of times.
Versus the grinder.
Oh, well, that's because...
The grinder's going to give us a more faster situation, whereas the bondo buster is going to give us a more precise angle.
Not
Okay,
here
thank
yet.
you, Minnie, the body shop girl. What are you working on?
Well, I am done for the moment with the
34 Ford.
Crown Victoria, yeah.
Okay. Crown Victoria?
Yeah, it's a Crown Vic.
No, it's not. It's a Vicky. A two-door Vicky.
Which is a Crown Victoria.
It is?
Yeah.
So a 33 Vicky is a Crown Victoria, because when you say Crown Victoria, I'm thinking donk. I'm thinking big donkers with big wheels.
Yeah, but this evolved into...
Okay, so this is way back in the day before donks were even donks.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Minnie the body shop girl. We'll see you later. I see you got my little buddy and he's going home. Take it easy, buddy. We'll see you later. We'll be home in a minute. Take it easy, bud. All right, I got to get to work. Take it easy.
All
right. Honda, 1976. What's your opinion on restoring this little car?
It's a cute little car.
Yeah. What would you tell anybody out there? Would you say this is a clown car? Yeah, well, everybody that's looked at it, they're laughing at it. They're thinking it's a clown car. John said he would throw it in the trash.
Well, John has no taste, I guess.
Okay.
I think it's a cute little
So
car.
John doesn't have any taste in cars?
Not in little cars.
Yeah, not in foreign Japanese cars, you mean?
I guess, yeah. Although
'Cause he
most
does
of his
own a
cars
few
are
different
foreign
cars.
cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, you got dirt all over your nose.
I know I do. Okay. All right, so let me ask you this.
What?
What would you tell anybody out there about the Honda with our buddy Honda Randy out there in California?
I, as you know, am all about paid for good gas mileage cars.
Yeah.
And that's a paid for good gas mileage car. And also an added bonus in paid for good mileage cars is the insurance is very cheap.
That's right.
That's right.
Is Randy going to be happy when he gets it back?
He is going to be so excited.
Yeah. Let me get to work here. I got a lot of bondoing to do on this roof. I'm excited. It's looking nice.
Okay.
See you later. Thank you, Axel. Can you clean that up, please? What the fuck, Axel? Shitting on my floor? Son of a bitch. Take him out there in the weeds. He's probably not even done.
Well, no, he's not.
Oh my God, he's still got his shit on my floor. Great. Just fucking great. What we're doing is we are now working on our 1977 Honda again. Now, we already did all the body work, the overall body work, and we have completely primed the car with 2 full wet coats of K2 primer, 2K primer. And what I did after I primed it, I went back and I found all the imperfections that I missed. And if Minnie can come on over here, you can see where I marked it with a pencil. All right. And what we did here is I marked that because this isn't right. And that needs to be blocked out. And I'm going to show you what we're talking about in a minute. But it's ripply, it's uneven, and I don't like it. Now, when I strip this car back down to bare metal, if you remember correctly, there was bodywork on both sides of these window pillars here. I don't know how it got up there. It shocked me when I saw all that bondo up here on both sides, and I was thinking to myself, how can the car get wrecked up here? We don't know. This is a mystery car. When I stripped it down, this thing had bodywork on it that was unbelievable. So anyway, if you remember, we went ahead and replaced these corners on both sides here, and I was blocking that out. You can see where I started blocking it to get my highs and lows out. But I also found that it was a little bit uneven in this area here. So what I did, I mixed up some Bondo and Evercoat polyester filler together, and I'm filling that in. And then here's another spot right here, and I don't know if Minnie can see that, but you can actually see where it's uneven right in this area here. And when we block that out, it might take the high spot out and it might not, but if it doesn't, we'll come back and we'll put some filler in it just to level it all out. Here's a dent that we completely missed, these 3 dents here. That's why I put a circle around them. These are little dings that I actually completely missed, and I didn't even see them at all. And then if we come over to this area, this is where I guess the quarter panel got crushed in right here. It got T-boned, and we had to build this up using our Bondo method, and then it's a little bit uneven right in here. Now, look right here where I had to block that out. Now, this is a good example of finding your bodywork and fixing it. This was a big section right here that was filled in. So what I did is I roughed the bodywork in, then I primed it, and then now I'm coming back and I'm block sanding it out, getting my highs and lows out. When I say highs and lows, what I'm talking about is in this area here, you see where the primer is here, and then we got Bondo here. That's telling me that the Bondo was too high. So when the primer was on it, it looked all ripply and bad, but by block sanding it out using a hand block and 80 grit, we have now, I call it ironing, okay? You're ironing it out, kind of like you would iron the wrinkles out of a shirt. We took the wrinkles and the ripples out by doing that. So what I'm doing now is I'm mixing some Bondo and Evercoat mix, and when I say Evercoat, I don't really mean Evercoat. I'm talking about polyester filler, polyester putty, and I'm mixing the two together, and then I'm going to go like that with my hardener, and then by adding the polyester filler to the Bondo, it makes it more creamier and saves me a lot of money. And when I say saves money, they actually have Bondo that's already mixed up for you, and it costs like $80 or $90 a gallon, and it's basically the same thing that I'm doing here. And you can see how nice and creamy that is, and look at that. See how nice and creamy that is? Okay, so we're going to go over here, and then on this area right here, I'm going to open the door, and I'm only going to put a thin coat on there. We're not going to put a real thick coat because we're going to have to hand block that out. And like I said, all I'm doing is getting the imperfections out. And you can see how nice it goes on when you add your filler, your two fillers together. See how I'm doing that? I'm not pushing hard. I'm doing it nice and easy and feathering it out toward the end here. This is where our problem child is, in the middle. We're going to go ahead and get that filled in just like that. And then I'm going to feather it out to nothing. And I'm going to clean this off so I don't have to sand that off, because believe it or not, that's a big sand job when it comes to that. And then we'll clean that one off as well. Okay. So now that we did that, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and move forward with finalizing up the bodywork on our 1977 Honda that's been here for quite a while, because it's major work going on. And if you're watching the videos, then you know. This is a little car with a big mess, is what's going on here. And I almost got everything perfected down where it should be almost done. The next step, once we get done doing this, I'm going to reprime the situation, and then once it's reprimed, we'll be back block sanding this car out and getting it ready for paint. In the meantime, while the primer is setting up and curing, we're going to have Minnie, the body shop girl, working on all the jams. And if you pay close attention, this car is basically like a Volkswagen Bug. Everything inside it has to be painted. So we're going to go ahead and gut the interior out, and we will start getting this ready to paint and get all the inside painted red while we're waiting on the primer to set up and dry for the final paint job. Finishing up on the bodywork on this little Honda here. Like I said, we're going back, we're block sanding down the bad areas, we're filling in everything that needs to be refilled, block sanded, and getting everything leveled out. Now, a lot of ways that people do cars like this that have a lot of bodywork on them is they use that thing called easy sand. What's it called? Feather fill. Anyway, it's that spray-on bondo. And what they'll do is they'll put spray-on bondo on the whole car. Now, I am totally against that shit. I don't like it. I think it's a sham, it's a scam, and I think that eventually that stuff will peel off, and I know for a fact it will, that if that stuff is not cured properly, if it's not mixed properly, if you got a very bad batch and you don't even know it, until later on, it's going to come off, it's going to peel off, it's going to look like shit. The best way to do bodywork is what the fuck I'm doing right here. And the way that I'm doing this is I did all the overall bodywork, I primed the car, I come back, I block sand the car out with 80 grit, and I find my high and low spots, and I redo all the bodywork. And that's the way that it should be done. We also got another situation. If you look real close, we took the doors off the car. The doors are now off the car because we're not using those doors. Those are actually junkyard doors. We're going to use the doors off the other car, which we already did body work to, and they're ready to go ahead, block sand and paint as well. But the other situation we have, a lot of situations going on today. Hold on a minute. What's up? Okay, what's the problem? What's going on? What happened? Well, what's going on? Okay, Minnie, the body shop girl, is out working on a Honda today. She's out in the SWR&C junkyard. It looks like my friend Pete's going to have to go out there and help her because she's having problems. And I think I heard her mention that the hood was. Did you get it up? Okay, let's get out there and see what the hell's going on. She doesn't seem like she's in too good of a mood, so if she gets a little loud, she's not mad at you. She's mad at me. What's going on? What happened?
I can't get the fucking hood. I already fucking told you that.
So the hood's stuck? Let's see if we can get that.
There's no fucking latch in
know.
there.
Let's see if we can get it open. If I remember right, I think I had this open one time before, and I had to like latch all the way off the damn thing. Can you hold that right there? Son of a bitch. Let's see if we can get this thing open. Son of a bitch. How's that? Is that good enough?
Yeah, that's fine.
What are you doing out here? What's going on, Minnie, the body shop girl? What are you doing?
I'm not doing anything, Pete.
Okay, let's see what Minnie, the body shop girl's doing with the Honda today. Looks like she's out here in the back of the SWR&C junkyard. And yeah, let's check it out. So what's up? What are you doing?
Pete, go back inside.
Huh?
Go back inside.
Well, what's going on? Tell us what you're doing here, why you're doing all this. What's up?
Because you're not doing it.
Well, I already know that. I'm in there doing body work. What are you doing? Why are you taking the fender off?
To get to the fucking door hinge.
The door hinge? Why you gotta get to that? What's going on with that, Minnie, the body shop girl?
Because you decided that other one's not good enough.
That's right. So what Minnie's doing is she's taking that fender off so she can get in access to the hinges back here, because we need that bottom hinge. Because our buddy out in California, Randy Honda guy, replaced his hinge, and the hinge isn't no good. So we're going to take the hinge off our parts car here, out in the back of the SWRC junkyard, of course, and we're swapping hinges out. We kind of figured out what Minnie the Body Shop girl's doing now. Do what?
I'm trying to work in peace. Why don't you go inside and leave me alone?
Okay, here's a good tech tip for everybody. Anytime you go to the junkyard, make sure you bring yourself a nice big piece of cardboard to lay on. You want to tell everybody why, or?
So you don't have to lay on the ground. That's pretty obvious.
Well, that's true. Now, is that fender coming off pretty easy, or?
I hope so.
Okay. Well, keep us updated. Minnie the Body Shop junkyard girl, doing her job, doing it right, and making things work.
Get out
Real
of
good.
here. Leave me
Okay.
alone.
How do you like traveling to the junkyard?
Don't
Is it fun?
make that fender fall on me.
Is it fun? Is going out to the junkyard fun? Did you bring your sack lunch and your soda pop? Minnie the Body Shop girl.
No, I didn't.
Okay, well, let's get that off. You got to do what you got to do to get it off. Now remember, we're not keeping that fender, so. Okay?
Okay.
All right, we need that hinge.
All right.
Okay, you might have to. Well, there's your soda right there. You got that at least.
Yes, I have that.
Okay, no sack lunch today.
No cyclists.
All right, let's get to work. All right.
Thanks for watching D.I.Y. Automotive School. Classes don't stop till you know everything.